Boycott Tim Hortons. Okay, what the fuck's going on with Tim Hortons? So it looks like Dunkin' Donuts making a Canadian comeback. CP24, of course, wonders if it will do okay since Canadians' elbows are up. They're already trying to manipulate the public. I would much rather go to a Dunkin' Donuts than a Tim Hortons any day of the week. I hope this forces franchises to step up their game. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Tim Hortons.
Back in 20.
All I know is that Canadians, the white nationalist Canadians, hate Tim Hortons because they're racist. They just see brown people in Tim Hortons and they get mad. That is literally all it is. You can justify it and say, oh, well, they should hire Canadians, not immigrants. You have no idea what their status is. You're just being a racist in public. Like, anyway, let's see what's going on.
2018, Dunkin' Donuts, or Dunkin', is making a comeback, this time partnering with some major players in the restaurant scene here.
So joining us live now for a look at this move is retail analyst Bruce Winder. Bruce, for all the donut lovers out there, this is very enticing news.
This
so
guy's
talk
a
about
donut
the
lover for
partners
sure.
that Dunkin' Donuts is teaming up with to kind of revitalize their presence here in Canada.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah, they've teamed up. The company that owns Dunkin', called Inspire Brands, is a giant sort of conglomerate of restaurant companies, and they've teamed up with Foodtastic, which is a franchisor in Canada. They currently manage Second Cup, Freshie, things of that nature.
Ew,
So,
Second Cup.
Yeah, this will be really interesting, right?
I don't know anyone who ever goes to Second Cup. Let me know how it is, because wow.
Like you said, Dunkin' Donuts was here for a long time, but
I've never seen a Dunkin'.
It's interesting to see that
before my time
in now, and yeah, it's going to be a little more choice for those coffee and donut lovers out there.
Okay, so Bruce, let's talk about this. When you talk about choice, that seems like a threat to McDonald's, Tim Hortons, Starbucks.
It's called competition, baby.
Be nervous here?
Well, I'm not sure nervous is the right word, but they need to be concerned. I mean, certainly Tim's is dominant. They have about 5,000 restaurants. McDonald's is really big, Starbucks as well. But this just gives Canadians another choice sort of at that lower end around the Tim Hortons area. So it'll be interesting to see if Canadians pick up on Dunkin' and what happens to Tim's results.
If it's coming to Canada, I would love to go try it. Why am I going to look it up on my other browser, you dumb fuck? God, I was about to open up my streaming manager browser. Canada Dunkin'? Dunkin' Donuts coming back to Canada with hundreds of locations. Oh, that's cool. The thing is, I didn't know that this was a thing. I've never been to a Dunkin'. This is before my time, and I'm like, what, 26 years old? This is before my time. Dunkin's making a comeback in Canada. Prices are coming down, baby. More competition in Canada.
As a result of this move.
Yeah, and this morning, Bruce, we were talking about kind of the elbows up movement, perhaps going to elbows down. Do you think this kind of, not anti-American, but just this
American brand?
Yeah, American brand is going to have a strong
it's anti-American,
given the threats to our sovereignty from the U.S. government.
Yeah, it's an excellent question, and we'll have to see how that plays out. I mean,
God, I hate, people get all worked up about sovereignty. It's really a great way to whip up a bunch of idiots into protecting their country and dying for their fucking billionaire owners and the people who they hate or claim to hate. But
I think for the most part, Canadians have to do what they have to do individually for themselves. Certainly they want to support Canada, but at the end of the day, they got to live and they got to do what they want.
Some certainly don't.
I think it's got a fair shot of getting some traction.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
We have a lot of other American companies who employ a lot of Canadians, right? So it's not as black and white as it might seem in the political circles.
More coffee jobs for Canadians,
everyone.
Everyone.
Definitely interesting to watch this play out.
More coffee jobs for everyone. Canada is saved. Let's look at more racist stuff on the racist app here. The Jamaican immigrants to Canada are also calling for the boycott of Tim Hortons, calling them out for poor service and unfair hiring practices. My favorite part of this video is where he refers to the Indians who are overall overtaking all of our fast food places as the mafia. What is going on?
So we are going to plan a campaign to boycott all of the Tim Hortons here in Canada.
How many likes does this have, first of all? Only has 400 on,
mess up.
Anyway. Yeah, they have shitty practices. The immigrant system is really bad in Canada. The UN called it like secondary. It's like modern day slavery, and it is, because the conditions are horrible, and the economic incentive to stay is so great that he's very abusive for, you know, the poor people coming to work the shittiest jobs here. So anyway, I can't wait to buy my coffee from the great American company, Dunkin' Donuts in Canada. I feel like I should be their brand ambassador. Goodbye, Tim Hortons. 2.8K likes. As a Canadian, I say fuck Tim Hortons. I'm not sure, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Trash company. What happens when all these racist people find out that they're going to go into Dunkin' Donuts and there's also going to be minorities working there? You know? What then? Like, it seems like that is all that X cares about. Coming to a city near you could end up putting Tim Hortons out of business. I don't think so. Dunkin' has announced return to Canada after nearly 10 years. 10 years? When did it close? When did Dunkin' close in Canada? Because 10 years, I would have been of age. Formerly Dunkin' Donuts, 2018? There was none around me, because I would have gone. That's for damn sure. I was drinking coffee in 2018. I like some donuts in 2018. Someone who lives in Canada, please destroy Tim Hortons. It's so shit. Funny how people forget Canada had Dunkin' Donuts long before Tim Hortons dominated the market. Dunkin' opened its first Canadian location in Montreal in 1961 and once had hundreds of stores across Canada and Quebec and Ontario. Then Tim's came along, expanding aggressively, basically wiped them out. The last Canadian Dunkin' closed in 2018. Canada's coffee war existed long before social media. I just hope their coffee is better than Tim Hortons. Anyway, that's cool, I guess. Tim Hortons is back. Or not Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons actually has some competition now from Dunkin'. So I guess, hey, I'm excited to go try Dunkin'. I can't imagine it's going to be life-changing. Honestly, whichever is cheaper is where I'm going because I am poor.